And so your favorite caller is here to remind you that if you don't do it right, you're doing it wrong. And then when you go wrong, everything else comes falling down. Hello, caller. Good afternoon.
Hi, Joyce. Yet another Friday afternoon and rainy Friday afternoon, may I say. I'm not too sure about the weather today. It's
It's a
either going to
cloudy
rain or
one.
sunshine.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, it
cloudy.
is.
We
We're
like
all
it.
waiting. Is it going to rain?
It's
Isn't
not going
it?
to rain. Welcome, caller. How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
We're fine, and we're waiting for you. So apparently, caller, what are you telling us
Yes.
this week?
Well, today we're going to talk, Joyce, about the cooking oil. And mainly the problem we're facing here in Nigeria about cooking oil.
Which
So
cooking
we're going
oil?
to
Which one now?
most of the vegetable cooking oils that you see in supermarket shelves or on in the market actually. So we're going to face our fat facts today, and we're going to focus on cooking oil.
Okay, Lagos, Nigeria, 99.3 Nigeria Info. My name is Joyce, and of course, you have Carla here for Health Station and cooking oil. Every Nigerian consumes cooking oil. If you're doing something that's distracting you, put it down. Carla, you take the floor. Go ahead. This is so important.
It is indeed. I mean, I'm sure we all use cooking
We
oil. I
all
don't know
do
what
that.
cooking oil. Which cooking oil do you actually use, Joyce?
I use palm oil. I use coconut oil. I use olive, and I use almond oil a whole lot. Then I
Or
consume a lot of butter because I fix sandwiches. So I don't know where you're going to throw me after this conversation.
Actually, I'm not. That's the thing, Joyce. We've all been trained to think, and I've been taught as well when I was at university and we were studying nutrition,
Yeah.
that and to believe actually that there are several things concerning vegetable oils that they put into us, into our system, into our heads. And one of them is that vegetable oil is good and butter is
Bad.
bad.
Yeah.
That's the first thing. And we're told even by government and respected medical associations to use more vegetable seeds, bean oils like soybean, corn, safflower, sunflower, canola oil. And we were even convinced by so many government bodies and food industries that vegetable oils are safe to use and they are a health a how can I say it, a heart healthy alternative
Yeah.
to other traditional tropical oils, which Nigerians have been used to eating long way before these oils were even commercialized. And we're talking about specific oils like palm oil, coconut oil, which are also referred to as saturated fats. Now, I'm going to bring in some new terminology here because it's really important to know the difference in different kinds of oils.
Okay.
So when I say palm oil, butter, or coconut oil, I'm mainly talking about saturated fat.
Okay.
And when I'm talking about vegetable oils such as seed oils like sunflower, corn, canola, soybean oil, we're talking more of what we call polyunsaturated fat.
Okay.
So we were told that traditional fats like butter, palm oil, coconut oil, lard can cause high cholesterol and clogged arteries, leading to heart disease. Are you with me here?
Yeah.
This is what we've all been taught. We were also advised by many medical experts to avoid saturated fats and eat more polyunsaturated fats, which are the seed oils I mentioned earlier. And these are also known as omega-6 fats. Now, these vegetable oils I am talking about, these are the so-called cooking vegetable oils that many of us grew up on. And you find them as markets and markets. So they look clear, very nicely lit on the shelves. And unfortunately, the clearer they look, the tasteless and highly refined and processed they actually are. And these oils include, once again, and I'm going to repeat it so we all get the names right. I'm talking about soybean, corn oil, canola oil, sunflower oil, safflower oil, and there are many also unbranded oils out there. You're not too sure which oil is in there. And I'm sure you agree with me on that. But that's another topic which we will talk about by the end of the show.
If you
Go
don't,
ahead, Joyce. You
if
have
you,
a
if you,
question.
yeah, I have a question just to help us understand what you're saying. So you have pointed out a number of oils. Now, a lot of Nigerians know the cooking oil to be granite oil. Are you also referring to that in your category? Granite oil.
I am referring to
The one we
granite
fry
oil,
with. Yeah, the one we
which is
fry
refined.
with. Okay,
I'm
great.
talking about the granite oil and the
Perfect.
palm oil
Okay,
that are
okay.
refined.
Okay.
So once you turn and you look at the cooking oil ingredients, it's written refined cooking oil. So whether it's why am I focusing more on those than the granite, which is also part of it? Because people keep on telling us polyunsaturated fats, seed oils are better than saturated fats. Now, granite is not a saturated fat and it's not a polyunsaturated fat. It's actually a monounsaturated fat, just like olive is, which is why I'm not really putting it in that category. But if you do actually buy granite oil and it is refined, the same applies. So anything that says refined.
Yeah.
I'm even talking about the palm oil that's being sold that's refined. I'm not talking about the fruit, the oil coming from the fruit of the palm. There's the palm kernel oil, which they use as well.
At the local market. We buy those from the local market.
Once again, you should know where you're buying from. It's not about the oil, it's about the quality of the oil you're buying. So once again, all these oils which I was talking about that are refined, these oils are highly unstable. They are highly inflammatory oils, and the worst place to put them is under heat, oxygen, or contact with light, which is exactly what they're being done with when they're being processed and even displayed nicely in those supermarkets with the transparent bottles showing them off that they're clear. The clearer they are, the healthier they look. So many well-respected scientists and our doctors, they told us stop using saturated fats and use polyunsaturated fats like vegetable oil, once again, corn, sunflower, and the list goes on. But the bottom line and honest truth is they were completely wrong. So I want you to delete all that information if you can, whoever's listening out there. There is some truth behind some sayings, but not in this case. Okay, why are they wrong? And why are refined cooking vegetable oils ingredients that should not be part of a healthy diet? Once again, I do include granite oil if it's refined. The refined granite oil is not the granite oil our grandparents and great-grandparents used to eat. You have to know that there's a big difference, and this is something we're going to come up with later. So I'm going to take you back to the year 2010, which is not too long ago. And there was a review at a university in the US known as the Tufts University by a specific doctor who concluded that there was a clear benefit from cutting out saturated fats like palm oil, coconut oil, butter, lard, and increasing our intake of vegetable oil. Now, fast forward 4 years later, in 2014, this very same scientist reviewed all of this literature, and we're talking about more than 72 studies, Joyce. And he found no benefit to reducing saturated fats or increasing polyunsaturated fats, which are the vegetable oils I was talking about, except for one specific fat, which is a fat our body cannot make, and it's a fat you get from fatty fish and some seeds like walnut, flaxseed, chia seed, and it's known as omega-3 fat. So this is a bit confusing, and this is where the confusion took off, because palm oil, coconut oil, and all tropical oils were so pushed down the list of oils to consume because of this whole publicity of, consuming polyunsaturated fats and not consuming saturated fats. And there's so much contradictive literature as well out there that even the experts can't even agree. If you read on one side, they say it's good. On another side, they say it's bad. It's really confusing. I should tell you that. So let's actually set things straight once and for all for this confusion, okay? And put this myth of vegetable oils aside. And I will try and convince you, whoever's listening right now and who has a stock of vegetable oil in his or her kitchen, why it shouldn't be part of your diet. Now, the very idea that vegetable oils are better than saturated fats like butter, coconut, palm, lard, comes from the belief that they actually lower, as we said, cholesterol and your bad cholesterol specifically. So it's presumed that they reduce your overall risk of heart disease. Now, if you follow this advice, just like many have over the past, um, and this is something we're still doing nowadays, you're replacing your coconut oil, your palm oil, your butter, your meat, even your lard with refined vegetable oils, such as these oils.
Yeah.
But once again, you should know that these oils are very pro-inflammatory because they're refined and they contain omega-6, which is another kind of fat. And just for the record, you see all these refined vegetable oils writing no cholesterol, cholesterol free, reduces your cholesterol. Any vegetable oil, whether it's palm, granite, coconut, or corn or sunflower, anything, any oil that comes from a plant, which is plant-based, will never contain cholesterol. Cholesterol only comes from animal fat. So once again, you're all fooled by this marketing gimmick, which is, oh, it's cholesterol free, that means it's healthy. Number one, it's been found now recently in studies that it's not your intake of cholesterol that necessarily makes you have high cholesterol. Sugar is a big problem nowadays that people are overlooking, and they're blaming it all on fat, but that's another topic. That's a topic put aside. So once again, vegetable oils, including coconut, palm, and granite, do not contain cholesterol. It's not something that needs to be put on the label for you to buy it. It's something you should know. Yes, Joyce.
Okay.
There's a lot to say.
Yeah, because see, look, I'm so grateful that you're talking about this, but then you have no idea what the implications of what you're saying is. You know why? Because practically every home in Nigeria consumes this cooking oil that you're pretty much trying to demystify right now. That's on one hand. Now, on the other hand, Carla, palm oil, if you have it at a temperature probably higher than maybe 6 or 7 degrees, it tends to congeal. What does that
Yeah, of
imply? It doesn't
Because
imply
it's-
cholesterol in any sense?
No, it has no cholesterol. It's because it's a saturated fat, whether it's palm oil, lard, ghee, which is found in the Indian culture a lot,
Yeah.
or
Coconut
any kind of
congeals?
coconut
Yeah.
as well. It's normal because it's saturated.
Oh,
Now,
and-
what's not normal
Yeah.
is a vegetable oil such as corn or any of those other oils
Yeah.
that are supposed to be polyunsaturated congealing. And this is where you see if it's a fake oil or not. But my point is, yes, Joyce.
I'm so sorry, Carla. Now,
Yeah,
another
I was expecting this, honestly. This is why I'm trying to get the message through step by step so there are no confusions here. But go ahead.
just a question. The supermarkets now market oils that say no cholesterol, boldly written. So go ahead and please touch on that. Go ahead.
This is exactly what I'm saying. There is no cholesterol in vegetable oil, any vegetable source. Cholesterol comes from animal fat, not vegetable sources, unless they add cholesterol to it, which is not the case.
Okay.
This is a way of making you think that if you eat cholesterol, you get cholesterol. Eggs contain a lot of cholesterol, specifically in their yolk. And there was a recent study that had people eating a healthy diet and consuming an egg every day, an egg or even more, if I'm not mistaken. And they found out it did not increase their cholesterol, although eggs contain a lot of cholesterol. Because the problem with cholesterol, triglyceride, diabetes, heart disease, these are all linked, even high blood pressure. We call this the metabolic syndrome. They're all linked together. And this is due to an unhealthy diet overall. If you're eating perfectly healthy and you allow yourself to have I eat butter. You were saying you eat butter.
I
I
eat a lot
enjoy
of
butter
butter.
with my bread.
Yeah.
But I know that 90% of what I'm eating as well is very healthy. And of course, I'm not saying go ahead, eat as much butter and palm oil and coconut oil as you want. No, but the way we're using the oil, the way it's arriving to our table before we even consume it, the oil is already so rancid, it has no nutritional value whatsoever, which is what I'm going to get to.
Okay.
So let me take this step by step.
Yeah.
I love that motivation, and I hope whoever's listening is as interested as you are, Joyce.
Yeah.
So we spoke of these pro-inflammatory oils, which are known as omega-6, which are once again the vegetable oils. Now, just for and I was saying as well that, cholesterol only comes from animal fat. But I want to take you back again in history. And I want you to think of your parents, of your great-grandparents, of your great-great-grandparents, and how they used to eat. Now, in the old days, they consumed more omega-3, which is a very important healthy oil which our body cannot make. And this is what reduces your cholesterol and makes you very healthy. That specific fat was found in the fish they got. We call it wild game, which is they used to hunt for their meat. Meat was not commercialized and industrialized, and these contained a lot of omega-3. They were very, very, very high in omega-3, which is an anti-inflammatory fat, which is perfectly healthy. But we're talking about back in the days, okay? Wild meat and grass-fed beef, they actually contain about 7 times as much omega-3 as industrially raised animals nowadays, which actually don't have any. So we're talking about the quality of food that has changed as well. So people are against meat nowadays, but if you look so many years back, the meat quality was different. The fat in meat was very healthy. It had omega-3. Now it doesn't, all right? Now, when refined oils were introduced, let's include granite oil as well, as you're saying. You know, granite has been part of the Nigerian staple for ages, but for how long has it been refined? Our great-grandparents never had refined granite oil. They had the pure, genuine, properly done granite oil, which took time to make maybe, but it was pure. It was not corrupt in its ingredients or refined. So when these vegetable oils got introduced, these refined vegetable oils, we moved away from grass-fed and wild animals as they were more and more farmed and industrialized. And this increased our omega-6 pro-inflammatory fats intake. And so corn, cottonseed, soy, canola, granite as well, which was refined, became increasingly available in the market, but because they were refined, it was making us deficient in the important fats which we needed, which were omega-3. So the bottom line is we're taking too much omega-6 from all these oils, and we're not taking enough omega-3, which makes us more prone to inflammation and other diseases, which I will mention later.
Okay.
So that's number one. Number two, the impact on omega-3 and omega-6 has been researched a lot, Joyce. I cannot tell you the amount of literature that's there. But it tells you that the more omega-3 you take in from those refined oils and, you know, commercialized and industrialized meat or fish or chicken, what have you, we're taking so little of omega-3, which you find in Titus, salmon, tuna, sardines, and crayfish.
Oily fishes.
But the amount of crayfish we use in the Nigerian stews is not enough to cover the amount of omega-3 we need to take in. So we need to take more than just say, I put crayfish in my stew, I'm fine. Okay. So the effect of omega-6 on omega-3 has shown that it has significantly increased heart disease, type 2 diabetes, obesity, metabolic syndrome or pre-diabetes, irritable bowel syndrome, inflammatory bowel syndrome. I can go on if you want. I've got all day. What else? Rheumatoid arthritis, asthma, psychiatric disorders in some cases. So you have even autoimmune disorders. Now, the thing is, why don't we know about this much? Because they're not following every person and every diet. Okay, you ate refined oil, let me cover you for 100 years and see how you've been doing with your health. The studies are not there. The proof isn't there. The proof in Nigeria isn't there with the
documented proof. You mean now, like documented
documents and proof? Yeah, because people will say, well, where is it? We don't see anyone dying of oil that's not good and unfit. Well, yeah, because it hasn't been studied. It hasn't been followed up as a case, but definitely it's there. So as you can see, a diet high in omega-6 fats is not an ideal diet for optimum health. And omega-6 is basically refined vegetable oils. Go ahead, Joyce.
I know people have questions for you.
They do, and I am going to open the line, but I just want to say a few other things. Okay. So once again, we have this huge pandemic of chronic illness and disease and heart disease, and people are more drawn to consuming refined vegetable oils without understanding the danger that lies behind them. They are pro-inflammatory. They are not the oils you should take in. I will be posting on my Instagram account what kind of oils you should be taking in, and also I wanted to actually bring up the subject of the main problem we are facing here in Nigeria. Not just that we've got refined oil that is taking over the kitchens, But the unbranded and unlabeled vegetable oils that are being sold in markets and that actually have been condemned by the National Agency for Food and Drugs Administration and Control, which is known as NAFDAC, and other health bodies. This is a big problem, and this is where I want to open the lines. I want to see what Nigerians, what Lagosians, and everywhere in Nigeria have to say about this unbranded or fake branded oil that's being sold in supermarkets. And it is contributing to so many illnesses which people do not understand the link and where it's coming from.
Okay.
So I am opening the lines now.
0700 993 993 993. I know you have a question for Carla, and this is your opportunity. Welcome. Go ahead. Good afternoon. You have a question for Carla. What's your name?
Oh, my name is Enao.
Thank you very much. You have to be quick so Carla can quickly attend to you before our time's done.
Oh, I've been trying since. I just want to make a little contribution.
Are you here for Carla? Carla is speaking about something terribly important.
No, I can't hear a thing.
Make a little contribution concerning.
Sorry. Hello, 99.3 Nigeria Info. How are you?
Hello.
And good afternoon to you. Welcome to the show. You have a question for Carla. Could you please bring it forth? What's your name?
Yes.
What's your
My
name and then
question
ask
is,
your question? Yeah. Tell us your name
okay.
and please ask your question real quick.
Mrs. Dike.
Go ahead. Go ahead real quick.
Okay. My question is, when she was explaining the oil that has cholesterol, there's one oil that he mentioned about those people that are having issues should not be taken. I want to understand the oil because I did not follow the exact. He said people that has diabetes, people that has she called many things. I want to get the oil. The exact oil that the people should not be using for.
All right. Thank you very much. We got that. Thank you, lady, for calling. Carla, look, you see this topic? Carla, can you hear me?
Yeah, not very clearly though, Joyce. Go ahead.
Okay, so I'm going to explain the question, but I also want to say, Carla, you please have to treat this topic again next week.
Oh, yes, it's not over, unfortunately. There's a lot I wanted to say, and I'm just going too fast on it.
Okay, so the lady who just called now, she wants to know the oils that you want people who have ailments to not consume, people who have health issues. Yeah, go ahead, please.
Okay. So there are two words you have to really stay away from. The secret, first of all, whatever oil you buy, you turn it and look at the ingredients. Okay, already number one, if it's an unlabeled oil that you find in the market, do not buy it. I am begging you not to buy it, because more than, if I have the numbers right, Joyce, more than maybe, if I'm not mistaken, more than 70% of the cooking oil in Nigerian market is unbranded.
You're right.
So that's a huge amount.
You're right.
So number one, do not buy unbranded oil. Make sure you buy from a retail or whoever it is you're buying that you trust. Make sure it's branded. But the thing is, most of it is fake as well. Some of them are fake branded. So make sure your supermarket or the market you're buying from is a trusted source.
Okay.
Number two, there are two words. I am going to post these on my Instagram account, but I need to go through it quickly.
First of all, give us your Instagram so people can go there right now, Carla. Your Instagram
So let
handles,
them, you can just go on the hashtag the health station and you will quickly get to the pages, or at, I should have posted it. I hope they're posting it now as we're listening.
They will.
At Carla, Noujaimc. All right. Anyway, two words you should be aware of: hydrogenated and refined. If you read these two words, whatever it is, whether it's granite, whether it's palm, whether it's corn, forget it. So many of the cooking oils sold here are refined palm oil.
Okay.
No, if it's refined, forget it. Refined means, there's so many things being done when you refine your oil. I can name you a few. You have bleaching, you have deodorizing, you have the extraction that uses chemicals, harmful chemicals, in order to do everything it has to do. What else? There are so many processes. I want to go through them one by one, but I'd rather not because that takes a long
time.
A long time. But think about it. You've got the bleaching. You have the deodorizing, the filtering, the extracting. All of these take a lot of. It actually abuses the nature of the oil. So these two words, if you see hydrogenated, partially hydrogenated preferably, or refined, do not buy. The oils I would suggest strongly is, or fats. You want to interrupt me here, Joyce, go ahead.
I wanted to say that pardon me, I wanted to say that we don't have time again, but Carla, this topic has to come back next week.
We will continue next week on this topic.
You're touching every Nigerian nerve right now, like you're pushing a nerve. Thank you, Carla. This was wonderful. We're looking forward to a continuation next week. You were brilliant, as always. Thank you very much. And if you need more information on Carla, go to the Nigeria Info page at Nigeria Info FM on Instagram. And, of course, you'd find links to her, and you can ask her questions regarding everything you've heard here. My name is Joyce. The sun sets here. See you Monday. Until then, be healthy. This is coming from Carla. And I'm on Instagram. Joyce Unyamawa on Instagram. Up next, the headline news.